All right, good morning, ladies. I am going to do the second makeup tutorial video. I have my foundation on, and we talked about in my other video, I also have my eyeshadow primer on. We're going to start out similar to the other video with your eyeshadow palette here. We're going to take that flat brush that I gave you using the very first color here. We're going to put that right on our brow bone, right under our eyebrows. We'll do it on both sides. If you feel like it's too dramatic, just go ahead and go over it a few times. You can even make sweeping circle motions. That just helps blend it in. It's okay if it's a little bit dramatic. You are going to be up on a stage with a spotlight on you, which will wash you out just a little bit. When you're done doing your brow bone, go ahead and tap that first shadow again. I always tap it on the side just to get some of the excess off so it doesn't keep falling on my face. Do the corner of your eyes, and I always sweep it out just a little bit. It kind of brings a highlight, and that way when the light hits it, it naturally shines light in your eyes, making those eyes nice and sparkly. Next, we're going to take that same brush. Don't wipe it off or anything. We are going to go to the second color over. Give it a good tap, and then do your eyelid all the way up into the crease of your eye. And I actually go up into the crease of my eye, and I go up onto my brow bone a little bit just because I have, like I explained in the other video, I've got little itty bitty eyes, and makeup is fantastic because it helps create an illusion. And for me, I need an illusion that my eyes are bigger than they actually are. All right, now that you've done that, you're going to take the same brush. My brush is, because I've blended it so well, really isn't full of makeup, so I'm not going to wipe it off. You can certainly wipe your brush off on a Kleenex or a tissue paper or something like that. I'm not going to, but what we are going to do is take that, not the very last color, not the black, but the second to last color on the tip of your brush there. Go ahead and get it good and full of makeup. Give it the tap. Then what we're going to do is kind of the smoky eye a little bit. So how you do that is you kind of go in the corner of your eye. So follow your bottom lash line up to halfway between your eye and your eyebrow. Make a dot, and then you're going to make a V. So you're going to come down to your lower lashes, and then you're just going to sweep over. And then I'm going to keep doing that until it's as dark as I want it to be. And actually, we might tap into that. We are. Okay, so I lied. We are just going to move over to that dark shadow. That second to last one there just doesn't have as much pigment as it should. So now that I've got kind of a good line going, I'm going to sit and blend. And what that's going to do is help make all the colors blend together a little bit, so it doesn't look so harsh, because this is for spring makeup, and spring makeup tends to be light. Okay, so on this next eye, we are going to skip that second to last color. We are going to go right to the last color here. I've got pretty dark on my brush. Tap it. Again, find the corner. Put a dot down to your lower lash line and then over. And I am happy with that amount of color. You don't want too much, or you're going to start to be black. I can certainly tell you that I have taken off my fair share of eye makeup because I started to look like a ninja. I had so much black in my corners there. All right, now that I feel like that's blended enough, if you've not done this before, it's going to feel really dramatic. Once you get some eyeliner and some mascara on, it really does blend well together. So I would say if you feel like it's too dark, finish your whole eye first before you take it all off to make sure, because if it's too light, you're gonna regret that later. Okay, so now that that's done, let's take your skinny brush on that last black color there. Excuse me. I am just gonna go, we'll do this eye first, right on my eyelash and waterline there. I'm just going to sweep a little bit from a corner up, down, about halfway, just to help connect those colors. Again, this is a smoky eye, so it's okay if it's a little dark, but we want it to be a spring smoky eye, so we're only going to do it halfway. We want to keep things open. All right, let's break out this liquid liner. If you are uncomfortable with liquid liner, you certainly could use that same eyeliner brush. You can use this brush here, the angled brush. Get it wet, dab it in your black eyeshadow, and you can do kind of what I explained in the previous tutorial on how to do a winged eyeliner. You can certainly try that. If you've never done this before, I would actually say just practice beforehand. It's kind of fun to master. And again, if you've seen all the memes on Facebook about all the different like makeup fails, nobody does this perfect, and nobody's gonna be looking close enough that they'll be able to see that it's super different. So give yourself some grace and practice. Okay, here we go. There are a lot of studies out there that say you shouldn't pull your eye over when you're doing your eyeliner because it creates wrinkles. I can't do it straight without pulling my eye, so I always pull my eye over, start in the corner, and just work your way out. And work right along your eyelashes. You don't need it to be a big, huge, dramatic line. Okay, now that I'm to the corner of my eye, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow my smoky eye eyeshadow up and then back down. See, now I've kind of created that. I need to fill it in. And I'm gonna smooth it out by just making that line there smooth. All right, almost filled in. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. This one always turns out great, and it's my other one that I actually have a hard time with. So here we go with having uneven eyeliner, but we're gonna try. Again, start at the corner, work along your eyelashes, work out. And you can already tell this one got thicker. It's just the way it is for me. All right, now I'm gonna start at the corner here. I'm gonna go up and down. All right, they're actually not too bad. I'm gonna fill it in a little better, and I'm noticing I missed a spot over here. A good way to know if you like the way your makeup looks is to stand back about arm's length. Most people see you about an arm's length away. So if you're not sure, if you once you get too close into things, you can see all the micro problems. But when you look at a whole face or a whole look from an arm's distance away, those problems might actually not even be there. So I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out, which never happens for the first time. So that's fantastic for the video. That way you don't have to watch me do this for 10 minutes. I'm done with this. Now, I have short, straight, very few eyelashes. So I actually use an eyelash curler. You certainly don't have to. And at this point in the game, especially with this look, if you have fake lashes, this would be a great time to put them on, and feel free to use them. Walmart sells a great brand. It's Revlon. They make a great adhesive and a great brand, and they're fairly affordable. So if you would like to try something like that, I totally recommend it. Now, using your own mascara, I like the Too Faced better than Sex mascara. I've actually had people ask me if I'm wearing fake lashes before using this, so I think that it can coat on pretty well. And it's okay to put on more than you think you'll need for this evening because, again, you are going to be under the light for such a large portion of the video, or excuse me, a large portion of the evening, that a little bit of drama is okay in your makeup. And I know this video isn't perfect. I am using my shelf here to hold the camera, my phone actually, so if you're not seeing something super well, or if my face kind of keeps partially going out of the screen, I apologize. You can always shoot me a text back with any questions you have, or if you feel like you're not understanding something, or I didn't explain it well enough, or you couldn't see it well enough, just let me know. I'd be happy to work with you on that. Okay, so my mascara is on. Oh, and I got a little dot down there. Okay, now using the bronzing palette, and we are going to use the brushes that are in there. If you have your own bronzing brushes, totally feel free. What I like to use, actually, this is my bronzing brush for when I do the hollows of my cheeks and my nose, but I will use these brushes if this is all you have available. That way you can kind of see what it looks like. With my skin, I'm fairly olive, so I'm actually going to use the second one in here as my bronze color. And you don't need a ton on the end. I just tapped it. I tap it in here, tap it on here, and then I did give it a good blow. Where you start is when you suck your cheeks in, or maybe you don't have quite as soft of a face as I do, so you might not need to, but just to see where my hollow is, I'm going to start kind of right under the apple of my cheek, and I'm just going to go up, not quite, I might brush past my ear, but I don't want as much makeup there, but I'm going to kind of create a line just to help with that natural hollow to make some good shape to my face. And blending is always your friend, especially if you feel like something got too dramatic. So I'm just going to blend it in. There you can kind of already see compared that side to that side. That just helps just a little bit. Again, dab, tap, and go right in the hollow there of your cheek. And now that one got to be too dramatic. You can kind of see a line. So there we go. If you're not a huge fan of using your hand while you do your makeup to blend, you can always use a blending brush and do that better. That's just fine. I have kind of a big nose, and so I do like to kind of streamline it a little bit. And a great way to do that, and you really don't want a lot on your brush for this, or you're gonna look like a clown. So I'm gonna start right in the clover here. I go up to my eyelash, my eyebrow on both sides. You can already see that kind of slimmed my nose in already. Okay, I am going to use the other brush just to make sure I'm not mixing too many colors here. This third color here is actually pretty rosy on my skin, so I am going to use it on the apples of my cheeks, and I'm just going to put just a little bit. It's spring, so we want to make sure that people can see our spring makeup. Little color never hurt anything for spring. All right, so now I've got some rosy cheeks. I'm gonna use that same brush I used for pink, and we're gonna highlight. The yellow color really is gonna be the best for your highlight. So again, do the tap, or the dab, the tap, and then we are gonna do right above the apples of your cheeks. Just don't get too close to your eye. You don't want to look like it's your eye makeup. But what this is gonna do is it's gonna bring lift to your face. And then I'm gonna brush it in. This actually isn't as dramatic as it kind of looks in the video. My lights are above me, and so they're really shining on it and making it stick out. And you're gonna do the tap, the dab, and then do just above your eyebrows. Then with this part, be careful. You don't wanna look greasy, but it does help to kind of swipe down your nose and do your chin. All right. Oh, I did forget one thing. Let's fill in those eyebrows. How you're gonna do that is using the eyeshadow palette and the angle brush, and I've got black on mine, so I need to wipe it off here. That third color over is a nice light brown. We don't need necessarily dramatic eyebrows. I do want mine filled in. I have, again, not as much hair in my eyebrows. So what you do is you just sweep up where the natural hair is and sweep down it. And then you can kind of already see this one just looks a little fuller than this one and a little more shaped, I guess maybe is the right word. There's not as many holes. And do the same one or same thing on the other side here. All right. That is makeup option number 2. You can choose which one you want. Choose whatever makes you feel good. And I look forward to hearing from you guys and seeing you on Saturday. Have a fantastic Monday.